Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Maverick, 19 tight.
The play clock runs out. This will be a delay. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. So that delay backs him up 5. Now 2nd and 15 to go.
Let's go now. 19 Panther 17. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. And he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
60.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Come on. Set. Vikings.
Shotgun handoff to Harvey. He has room past the 25. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Jets first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
19 Lions. Hurt. 18, 5 in. Ready.
3rd and 1. Here's Richardson. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. The Jets finish up an excellent opening series.
New York.
All right, partner, one drive in, and we can say it's this guy's been perfect. 4 passes, no incompletions, and that touchdown to end it.
And you and I both know that incompletion will come eventually. Might not arrive for a while, man. That offense was humming on that opening drive, and they can't wait for their second bite.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Off the play action. Here's Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. He gets loose down the right side. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans finish off their opening drive. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans start off well to tie things 7-7.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35.
35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready. 7 o'clock, Cougar 19.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
19, start, 19.
2nd down, give to Harvey. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
That's just Not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Finds a seam down the middle. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
1st and 10. It's Harvey. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, okay, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
He's not going to escape this. The Texans take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
On the jump.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. 3rd down.
Here we go. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. It fed to the kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Fields this one at the 3. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
This is Walker on 2nd. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
All right.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30.
32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Richardson back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this.
Got it. Ready?
Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That play good for 17 and a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
First down, Jets.
Cougar 19. 70 Timberwolves. Cut 19. Cut 19. Ready.
First down throw here from Richardson. Buying some time right. He can run it. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Ready.
The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches. This is design keeper, it's Richardson. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Not the biggest game, but exactly what they needed. Just get the first down and keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mustang 19. Let's go now. Cougar 19. Dragon 60.
Campbell going to motion over right. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He finds his back, Harvey. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
70 Timberwolves. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 Lions.
Richardson now. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's Corey, 70. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Into the hands of Harrison. And he has the New York touchdown. The Jets make it a 9-point advantage. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Texans 7.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Miller on the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Oh, ready. Look the hot, look the hot.
Stroud off of play action. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
18, what's that?
Shotgun now for Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Oh, ready.
Walker on first down. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And in the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Football's on the 48. Here we go, 1st down.
Here we go.
Now an inside give to Walker. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
18, outside. Robbie.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
It'll be 3rd and 5 on the other side, Brock, as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5.
Here we go. 18, outside.
From the gun, Stroud. That's caught for the first. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
All right.
To the air, Stroud. Here's a screen out for Walker. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. They give up the gut to Walker. Oh, he lost the football. And he's fortunate to cover it himself. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, he got his own miscue back, so no harm, no foul, but they are still not happy seeing him putting that football on the ground.
It's not like he just dropped it, though. Took a pretty nice hit to jar it free, but what do they teach you? When you got a nice game, what do you got to do?
Ball security, Brock, is job security.
Put that on a T-shirt.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 1-score game before halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Going after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans cut it to a field goal game.
17. Texans 14.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Drops it down, Harvey. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense to the line fast.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1. At the 44-yard
On the shotgun, it's Richardson. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Defense couldn't hang on to the interception. Can they make a stand here on 3rd and short? Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Dump off caught by his back. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Go street. 18, 5 here. 19. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Richardson to throw again. It's cut by Harrison. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. The Jets take their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll throw again. Richardson finds him over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
79 Broncos. Down. Panther 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Throwing again. Richardson. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 18. Whoa. South.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Has a hole left. Room to run. It's inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans find some points there. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And they'll take the lead.
The score, Texans 21, Jets 20.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Thomas on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. New York to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And Richardson brings things to a halt with enough for that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All set to go now from the 35.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. This is going to be down to looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. It's a 29-yard gain, and that's good for a Jets first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
To the air on this first down, Richardson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. It's a gain of 22. And it's good for a New York first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ready, ready.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Give up the middle to Harvey. Has some room to work. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Got it to 1. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
Texans 21.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, it went right to him for the conversion.
Returnable from the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, team. What's up?
On play action, here's Stroud. This is Cox, that's Walker. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Hey, team. Robin.
From the pistol, give here to Walker. And they take this in for the score. The Texans can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on. 70 range, 70.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Moore finds his back, Harvey. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
A gain of 12. First down, New York.
Giving this to Harvey. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Christian Harris on the stop.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Richardson. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Jets first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. They gain 11 on that play, and it's good for a New York first down.
If you really study the great teams when it comes to running that play, that draw concept, watch the offensive line's pad level. Those defenders, those linebackers, they're looking for cues and tells. That offensive line gives it away, that play gets hit.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a third-quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
On the quick, right? 18. What's that? Hey, uno more. 11. Hey.
Off the play action. Here's Stroud. He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 25. And they are all the way into that red zone.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's first and 10.
18. 19 Texans. Check. 19 Texans.
Working inside the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. And that'll bring up second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
18. What's up?
Stroud looking to throw. 3rd and 2. Chased out to his right. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Offense is staying out there, and they're ready to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 18.
He's back to throw. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A gain of 15. First down, New York.
On the ready.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Jets who have it with a lead, but this win is not secure just yet. All set to go now from the 35.
Ready.
It's Harvey straight ahead. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Okay, ready.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. 60 average. 70 ranges. 70 ranges.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's Smith on the slant. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
On the draw, they give to Harvey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. And goes to the hurry up here. Throwing now, Richardson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for a New York first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on a defense.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Jets first down.
Cougar 19.
On the handoff, here's Harvey. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap. It's 2nd and 13. And they'll fire ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat, 60
Back to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's Miller on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Quick, right? 19 Texas.
Drive begins with a walker run. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd down, Walker's going to get it again. Solid work on his part. Gets 7 there. It's still 3rd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Stroud now on 3rd. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans down by 10. Need a touchdown and a field goal. Looks like they want the tougher part first. The offense going for it on 4th down.
18. That's it.
Desperation time here. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
And the Texans, first down.
Stroud throwing here on first. Throwing the out route complete. With solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Here we go. 18.
Walker now from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Look the hot.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
Texans, first down.
First down, Stroud. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
All right. 18. What's that?
Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Hey, uno more. 11.
Now to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away. His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Jets come up with a football. That should just about ice this game. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Okay,
Running
ready?
with 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Harvey once more. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. It's a design run for Richardson. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
At the 34-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight. Steady.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And it's incomplete. Kept the pedal down, though, the whole way, still taking shots until the very last play. So it's a road win for the Jets. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the